Leafs made a significant hire in the offseason, a peak performance coach who doesn't work with a lot of people. He's best known for working with Tom Brady and Michael Phelps. His name is Craig Harden, I believe. And so do you know what I'm talking about? Did you look into any of this or no?
I did, yeah. Just vaguely, and then I was like, I'm going to let Dale take this one. Well, you're pretty excited about it.
Okay, because I think this is what you need. Like, we're talking about Michael Phelps, a guy that is, look at Michael Phelps and his accomplishments. Look at Tom Brady, like second to none. I fucking personally can't stand Tom Brady. Can't fucking stand him. But he's a winner. I respect his accomplishments. Like, no one's ever won fucking 7 Super Bowls before. It probably might not ever happen again. So, how much has this Harden guy helped with the mental aspect of Brady's game and the mental aspect of what Michael Phelps has done? I mean, I don't know. I don't know the true aspect of it, but I would say couldn't really think of a better person to be like, if you're going to have Mitch and Austin and these guys try to get over, like, peak performance coach is his title. And I don't know how they snagged this guy. Like, I'm sure the price tag, well, the price tag must have been fucking enormous. Look who we're talking about here. Tom Brady and fucking, like, it would have been crazy.
Yeah, it's the Toronto Maple Leafs.
No, but so if it's Dubas or whoever that targeted in on this being like, something like this needs to happen. I think this is probably the greatest thing. Like, if anything's going on, or like, I don't know how it's going to work. Like, if he's just going to be there for them to go and see, like, all the time, or like, I don't know how it's going to work, but I think it's great that, like, or maybe if Harden sees something, like, he'll call Mitch in or Austin or Willie and be like, here's a situation where you could do this instead, or maybe you try this instead, or I don't know, but I think it's interesting. Don't you think?
Yeah, it's very interesting. Dubas has always said that since the beginning of his hire. And it was something that prior GMs didn't use. It's like, if you have the resources, you use them as best as you can. Because guys before, like Brian Burke and those guys, they used to hire just like buddies to fill roles throughout the thing.
Oh yeah.
Where Dubas is like, hey, if you can hire an experienced coach like Paul McLean to just sit up in the press box and watch the games and just help give some input, and it doesn't go against the cap, you do it. And if you can bring in a guy like this Harden, who has the skill set that he's worked with champions before, you do it. Every little bit can help. Everything, all the resources the Leafs have outside of the team, outside of the salary cap, man, tap that shit.
100%, man. And here's what I'll say about this too. Like, I don't know where the team has been at in previous seasons with like psychologist or psychiatrist or whatever for the guys to see.
They've always had the sports psychologist and sports science.
Okay. So that's fair.
This guy sounds like top of the class.
Well, like let's just take you and me for an example. Like, if we were struggling, or if we were on the team and whatever, and they had a guy who was a psychologist or a psychiatrist who was just a guy, maybe he was good and he good university degree and he's whatever, but maybe he doesn't have the sports pedigree type thing. We might be like, okay, whatever. Like, maybe we leave the session being like, okay, whatever. Like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. But hang on. So, like,
it could be like that.
It could be. But here's what I'm saying. Like, this Greg Harden guy, when you have the credentials of Michael Phelps and Tom Brady, like, you're not walking away from that session thinking this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
You're walking into it being like, Jesus, this guy's worked with the best.
Exactly. That was my point. So
yeah,
I hope it works out. I can't see it being a bad thing. I can't see it being anything but a good thing. So
yeah, why not? Like I said, if you have access to those things and you have the money to pay for it, do it. I know it pisses other teams off sometimes, the way the Leafs run things behind the scenes, because they have the money and power to do it. But the fact is, there is no rules on how much you can spend and how much you can put into the resources off the ice. So you might as well use it as 100%. Much as you can.
100%, man. 100%.